Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. Stinza here, playing against Jovav, and my options. Fire Badger, Amplify, Quick Supply, and Fortify it. And looking at the units, I was mostly between the Fortified, which already starts with Arclights, Sabertooths, and the one with the Sledges and Fire Badger Specialist, because it starts with Sledges and Shaft, and I could go for Arclights and then also go for Phoenix, which is what I plan to do with this one, starting with Arclights. I will not keep the Sabertooths, at least not for very long. They are usually useful at the start, but I don't like Sabertooths when I go mid-range. Not mid-range, I actually went standard. But my opponent choices, the replays are half bugged, it's strange, but it gives me time to talk about, so this part is good. But here, Giant Specialist looks good, Hound Sabers, Marksman, not that great for me, Missile Spec would be a good one, but my opponent goes for the Giant Spec. So you can expect Giants. And with Saber Hound, I would go aggro, but let's see what he will do. You see me here going for a standard on this side because wall turrets, I don't expect my opponent to advance on this one, since there is one free. So standard defense here, right in front of the tower, and I will grab Prowlers. It's my go-to shaft. My opponent can't grab, actually he can, but no one will tell one of his big units just to grab an air unit on the first round to cheese. So Prowlers are okay for the first round. One behind the tower, one defending my flank. But if my opponent went really aggro here, he would probably get insta-locks on my units before the crawlers get in front. But since he went mid-range, you can see he's between aggro and standard. My crawlers will have just enough time to get in front. Look at this, turning right at the last second. My cannon here is working, killing all the hounds. Arclight's dead. Thanks to Fortified, he needs 3 shots to kill my Sabertooth, so both of them won because of that. If it was not for Fortified, I would probably have lost this fight. But the extra HP made the difference, and I already wanted to go Phoenix, and the game just gave me a Phoenix, so it will be my choice here. I get my first. And you will see me going for an usual strategy since I saw that my opponent sold his tower. So looking here, I saw no protection for his tower, so I'm going for a Prowler flank here to attack his tower. Because if I can get the buff, it's an easy win. Crawlers here, because it was a bit too close. The crawlers getting in front of my Sabertooth. So, few more crawlers to get in front faster. You see that I sold the tower here too, because this one has been useful. It killed 5 hounds and damaged the Sabertooth, although the damage was not very useful, but in the hounds was. My opponent also went for Phoenix. And he put on this side, while my own is on this side, so you're opposed sides of our armies. Level 1 damage, and missile with another Phoenix on this side. So the missile will take care of my crawlers. And then he will be able to get the buff from me. so not great. Even if he used 50 to get my crawlers. If there was no missile, my crawlers would be able to get his tower, because Phoenix are not great shaft clearers. And even with the debuff, I almost won the fight on this side. Only one Sabertooth with no HP and 2 Phoenixes alive. And here, Missile Strike. When there are Phoenixes on the board, and they are at level 1, they are very vulnerable to missiles. Heavy armor could be an option, but I don't intend to keep the Sabertooths, so not very good for me. It could be good for my opponent, his Giant's back, and it's a very good item for Giants. You see me reinforcing the right side, 1 Arclight and 1 Phoenix. And I'm missing here. Idea being to kill a few crawlers and both Phoenixes on this side. I also grabbed Quantum Reassembly. It's quite cheap at 150 and it simply saves my Phoenix from the missile if he gets a missile just like me. He will destroy and they will spawn on the other side. So see I'm putting an arc light here. Focus on this shaft. You can see that he went for a missile here. To kill a few crawlers and the Phoenixes. And he moved his Phoenixes. So I will only kill a few crawlers in here. Here, Hounds and a crawler, and that's really bad because his Phoenix just killed my Arclight. My crawler is right into the front, getting insta-locked by his hounds, so not great. And he killed my Phoenix before my second one could spawn. So even if I'm winning the ground on the main fight, I was winning. Even without my Phoenix and Hyatt. End up losing with the buff. And his good move here, avoiding my missile. But it's okay, I still have a lot of HP. And I can fix the problems on the board. Also, Incendiary Bomb. It's a very good card. And he is vulnerable to it. Although he is offered a barrier and he is giant spec, so it is kind of expected for him to get a giant. Range on my Arclights, so they will start to shoot at his units sooner and stay a bit further away from the enemy units. Fire here. The idea is to kill his Hounds and crawlers. I will put 1 shield, I think, in case he also goes for fire. And another crawler here. So I have this one in front and now I have one in the back, because I want to win this side fight. 1 shield. And my opponent went for also Fortress with Barrier, but he will go back and put the Fortress only here with Barrier. And anti-air barrage. Fire will still land here. It won't kill those in the middle, but it will kill everything here and those coming too. Here he puts even more crawlers, so a lot of crawlers on this side. Fire is killing my own crawlers, but I am winning this side lost the right again to his level 2 Phoenixes. But my Phoenixes has spawned on this side. And he only has 2 left alive. We trade the buffs. He almost managed to kill all my Phoenixes. Only 2 left, but I had about 6. Here, wasps, which could be very annoying against me. The other options, not great for me. Marksman is kinda useless in my case, although it's a high level marksman. Scorpion also not that great against Fortress, nor is Typhoons. So I will go for Wasps, put Wasps in the back, so they will arrive a bit late. And since the Fortresses will be locked with anti-air missiles on my Phoenixes, the Wasps should be able to survive a little bit. And then they can take a few missiles for the respawning Phoenixes. I also went for shield on the Phoenixes, so they are even more tanky and harder to kill for the enemy anti-air. Grabbing a second Arclight on the side, because there is a lot of crawlers and small units. I want to eventually go for Shockwave, and having more Arclights helps with that. Just don't have the money yet. Need a lot of tax. Sold my wall here because it wasn't doing much. My opponent traded this one on my missile, but he went for a fortress on this side, and I don't quite have the DPS to kill a fortress. You can see the missile killed his wasps, so great missile. And now my own wasps are arriving. Phoenixes are dead, so as I say, no DPS left. But I am winning the main fight. And his army is not that fast. But now the buff. My Phoenixes will be able to kill his Phoenix during the debuff. I have quite a few, and many of them have levels. Now I get the debuff, and just need to kill this fortress. So, victory for me, even if I lost the right side. But my opponent's a giant spec. He's finally going for giants and investing on them. Here, none of those looked very good for me. I could maybe go for advanced defense tactics to increase the HP of my Phoenixes, but I had more pressing matters that needed my money in here. So I will just skip more money. I have not even grabbed the level 1 buffs yet. I should have at least grabbed the attack enhancement, so my Phoenixes can kill faster. You can see me throwing a missile here. Want to kill those wasps again, because I only have my own wasps could do some damage to his wasps, but it's mostly the Phoenixes doing the damage. I don't have the tax yet, and it is very expensive. I don't have the money, and I don't want to grab only Launcher Overload because it would put them at a 95 range, which is very low, and make them vulnerable to the opponent Phoenixes, although it is still here. So he still has 1 Phoenix on each side. Finally grabbing the damage and HP. My opponent's killing my wasps here. I grabbed quite a few new phoenixes, insta locking this fortress. And you can see the fortress, level 1 fortress, died quite easily. Here's a level 2 fortress. His wasps are being problematic. You can see half of the pack is still alive. Here too, wasps survived and are being annoying. Look at the HP, right at the end, one wasp managed to kill it, but my phoenixes respawning are being quite annoying for the opponent, as you can see. And they are not that easy to kill with anti-air barrage thanks to the energy shield. So I end up managing to win, even if I lost the ground fights mostly. My phoenixes respawning and surviving managed to grab the victory for me. Here, underground threat. Looks like probably the best one for me. Yeah, that's the option I go for. There was a regeneration on the last round, right? If I was my opponent, I would grab that and try to get a high level fortress with regeneration, which would be quite annoying for my phoenixes to kill. But now I'm finally going for full tech phoenixes, which leaves my money at nothing. You see me grabbing one thing, put here in front, just in case my opponent goes for missiles here, it will get the fangs instead of getting my crawlers. I even sold one of the sabers. Finally starting to sell the sabers at round 7. Be able to afford getting the full tech on the phoenixes, but now they are complete on techs. I guess probably we will end up needing more of them. My opponent is going for mustangs with range to deal with my wasps, and the phoenixes also. They are also good against phoenixes. But they are very weak against arclights once I get shockwave, which I don't have the money yet. But shockwave would be very useful here. Let's see, I'm still destroying his middle. But mustangs being annoying, killing my phoenixes. On the left. And level 2 phoenixes with shields, tanking quite a bit. 5 level 1 mustangs. Just got a level, so next round they will be level 2 mustangs. But another victory for me. My opponent will be quite mad at me beating his fortresses with phoenixes. Here, I was thinking between going amplifying core or just skipping. I think I will end up skipping. Assault Scorpion is a card that I like, but I didn't need them here. But Assault Scorpion with Siege, Acid and Double Shot can deal with giants quite easily. If you have enough shaft clear. Finally, Shockwave on the Arclights, and I'm grabbing more Arclights. Because if I kill the shaft fast enough, my Phoenixes targets the right targets, and they can kill them. I already have level 3 Phoenixes, 2 level 3 here in the middle, and quite a few level 2. Most of my Phoenixes are level 2. So now I'm just reinforcing what I already have. Improving my shaft clear with tech on the arc lights, getting more damage in case with the phoenixes. And also fire! My fire is back. I was thinking the opponent had fire for some reason and I put a shield here, but the opponent doesn't have fire. He shows the shield here. And he, for some reason, won't shield. I will shield against the fire that he doesn't have, but he won't shield against the fire that I have. He's moving his units from this side. Apparently he thought I maybe would use fire here. But fire is here and it's burning everything he has in the ground, including the high level Mustangs. Not high level, level 2. But you can see my shockwave is working well. Here the fire destroyed everything, so even if it's my weaker side in case of the phoenixes, the middle managed to turn, so it's killing his fortress, and a very good round for me. Did grab the extra HP for his fortress, but it's not enough, and just enough damage to win. So once again, Phoenixes versus Fortress, with Phoenixes winning. He didn't went for Barrier because he had this item, but that's a mistake in my opinion. Barrier helps him a lot, especially against Arclights, and especially against Shockwave. So I only grabbed Shockwave at this last round. But the Barrier can protect his shaft that is still arriving against the Shockwave from the Arclights. And it can be quite annoying for your shaft clear, especially if he has a lot of crawlers running and the phoenixes target the crawlers and the crawlers run out of the barrier right as they get shot, so the phoenix end up not shooting the barrier. It can be really annoying. If the barriers from Fortress get too problematic, it's not a problem if he is standard and I am standard too, but if we are both headbutt, for example, front of each other, the Arclights won't be able to shaft clear with Fortress with barriers. So I would need a heavy barrier destroyer, like an Abyss. Abyss can obliterate Fortress barriers and the Fortress too. So it would be probably a choice to go for if it was a headbutt. But that's it for this game. Hope you have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.